So now feeling tired after a meal can be frustrating, especially after lunch when one is expected to be alert. Now, did you know that what, when and how much you eat can affect your energy levels after eating? Our health and science reporter Gloria Milimo looks at post-lunch dip and how you can prevent it in the next story.
It's lunchtime. You are seated at work, hammering away at the keyboard. Suddenly, you get that nagging feeling of an empty stomach that tells you that you need to take a break for a refill. You are most likely to obey your body by taking a break to dig into your favorite meal. However, a few minutes later, the opposite happens. While you expect it to be full of energy, lethargy kicks in. You can barely walk. You want to sleep, to take another break, or to perhaps call it a day.
When I have a heavy one, like ugali, during the lunch times, I normally feel sleepy.
After eating ugali, maybe after lunch, I feel sleepy.
When you take food, especially things to do with that are carbohydrate in nature, then you get to feel much more exhausted.
One would ask, so what happened? As the meal was supposed to energize you, and now it is what is making you want to take a nap. Your sumptuous plate of lunch slowed you down, and there is a science behind it.
It usually can happen after any meal. And the scientific name is called postprandial somnolence.
A common cause for this feeling, she explains, is eating certain types of foods like carbohydrates. Carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, rice, among others, can make one happy after eating, but also boost their need to sleep. Hence the reason why most people after eating carbohydrates tend to feel heavier and sluggish after a meal.
If it is white, the starch is white ugali, white rice, white bread. There's no fiber there. So the blood sugar will spike up, and within an hour and a half, you feel, oh my God. The term I'd like you to never forget is, the more white your meal, the worse you're going to feel.
Experts say a hormone known as insulin is often produced after eating carbohydrate-rich foods. Whereas this hormone produced in the pancreas may be helpful, its excessive production, however, may cause an essential amino acid known as tryptophan to move into the brain. This leads to increased melatonin and serotonin, two known sleep regulators.
Instead of white bread, get your whole wheat bread. Instead of a sugary cereal, go for your whole grain. Instead of your white ugali, take some sorghum, take some millet, mix in with your ugali flour, makes it brown. Take your white rice. How do you make it healthier? Have more fiber. Boil your beans, mix it with your rice.
Just like sugar-high foods, experts say sugary drinks can also make you feel tired.
The higher amount of sugar and fat, deep-fried foods. When you eat a high-fat food, it stays longer in the stomach. The stomach does not empty very quickly. That's why you stay full for a very long time with fat.
According to experts, not all foods affect the body the same way. High-protein foods such as fish, eggs, and cheese, among others, also contain tryptophan, which can also be a factor to your afternoon heaviness as it induces sleep. For most people, according to Dr. Mugambi, it is just a matter of overeating. When one is distracted while eating, for instance, when they are multitasking at work or at home, the brain fails to register that they are eating, so they end up consuming more food.
In order for your brain to register that you're eating a meal, you have to sit down, have a plate in front of you, and eat. That's when a signal comes on. It's called the satiety signal. I am full.
Similarly, what time someone eats also plays a major role in their energy levels after eating. The energy slump, they say, is due to what is known as circadian rhythms of weakness, which takes a dip between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Circadian rhythms, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, are internal driven cycles that rise and fall during the 24-hour day.
When I'm at work, I can maybe just stand from my seat, of course, then maybe stretch or maybe take water.
One of the things that I've adapted is that I try to go out and get to get fresh air.
Mostly you find I'll take light meals and take the heavier meals in the evening.
A rule of thumb is when you take a typical plate, half of it should be vegetables. The more colors on your plate, green, red, yellow, bright colors, the better.
Overall, no one wants to yawn the afternoon away or miss out on important activities after a meal. Therefore, looking out for what you eat, when, and how much will help you remain energized throughout your day. Gloria Milimu, KTN News.
Thank you, Gloria Milimo, for that, painting for us a picture on how we need to be having our lunch. I've picked something from your story now.